A street bike and a scrambler, labeled as the Seiemmezzo twin for every kind of biker. The new Seiemmezzo STR and SCR of Moto Morini motorcycles, designed to deliver excitement, style, and Italian elegance. Para sa mga mahilig sa naked bike o kaya naman ay sadyang naghahanap lang ng babagay sa kanila. Silipin natin ang bagong ipinagmamalaki ng Moto Morini dito sa Manibela. For more automotive news and updates, tune in and subscribe on our official YouTube channel here at Manibela TV. Ilan sa mga newly launched motorcycles sa automotive world ay ang twin motorbikes na Moto Morini Seiemmezzo Street o STR at ang SCR o Scrambler bike. Bakit nga ba tinawag na twin motorbikes ang dalawang ito? These new pairs of mid-range motorcycles share the same liquid-cooled 649cc parallel twin motor na nagpo-produce ng 61 horsepower and 54 Nm of torque. Both of these bikes have the same weight of approximately 200 kilograms with a seat height of 31.9 inches. And a 16-liter fuel tank capacity. Pagdating naman sa brakes ng twin bikes na ito, both of them also share Brembo braking system with a double 11.73 inches front brake disc and single 10.3 inches rear disc. For improved braking performance, both bikes are also equipped with anti-lock braking system. Suspension-wise, ang SCR and STR models ay mayroong 1.69-inch kayaba front forks and monoshock rear. Ano naman ang pinagkaiba ng SCR sa STR models? Samahan natin si David Winkle, the Vice President of Marketing ng Moto Morini, sa ating walkthrough of the Moto Morini Seiemmezzo SCR.
Hi everyone, I'm David Winkle. I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at Moto Morini and also at the Bristol Group. I've been in the Philippines for 10 years and biking for me started when I arrived in Manila. Biking was more of a practical thing for me at the beginning, but since biking, I started off on a 150cc bike and made my way up over time to these big bikes here. And I continue to ride every day and I love to do so. And I'm glad to be here today to tell you about our Scrambler. So before me is the Moto Morini Scrambler. So it's the same engine as the Seiemmezzo Street, but this is the Seiemmezzo SCR. The characteristics of this bike more towards an off-road look and feel. So even though they do share the same engine, they feel completely different. This bike has its own personality with how it feels to ride and naturally how it looks. It shares the same trellis frame and engine as the other bike, but as you can see, everything else is pretty much different. You've got the tires here, which are dual sport tires. You have the fly screen. You even have a front mud guard. You even have this brown leather saddle here, which, you can tell the attention to detail with these Moto Morini bikes. This bike has a rear grab rail. So naturally, you've got a passenger and you're going like on some trails, your passenger has something to hold on to while you ride. The handlebars here are also higher than the street version, giving you more of an upright feel to riding the bike. And the rake and trail of this bike leans towards stability. And the street version would kind of focus more on handling because you're going to be throwing it around the curves. The nice thing about this is that you have a bike for both situations. You can use this on a city commute. You can use this to a trip to the province. And sometimes even in Manila, the roads are almost like you're off-roading. So, you know, this would be ideal for something like that. The suspension is even slightly higher. It has more travel than the other SCR. Price of this bike is 558,000. That's our introductory price, and we have a promo on top of that, which is minus 30,000. So 528,000 for a 650cc bike in the Philippines of this look and quality and experience that you'd have as a result of owning this bike. I would say it's a pretty good deal.
Considering its budget-friendly price, gaano naman kasatisfying ang ride feel nito on the road? Will this live up to the expected performance on the off-road? Let's check out with Manibela Test Ride.
Alright, so I am on the SCR Scrambler. This is much lighter than Light Escape, and it feels just as maneuverable. This off-road situation, not really utilizing most of the power that it has to deliver. And what is more important is the stability of it. And you know, I'm riding over some coarse gravel here, transitioning into dust. And these dual tires still do a pretty good job. I feel some yaw when I'm riding this bike, which is expected when you're riding off-road. I could see myself, if I live in an area like this, would be a problem having to do this trail every day.
With its suspension, gaano ka-stable ang ride feel gamit ang SCR sa mga light trails na gaya ng dinadaanan ngayon?
Naturally, the suspension for this bike has less travel. So that was nice, just going over that. It's less travel. I'm not really pushing this bike to the max off-road, but the suspension feels it's not too soft, it's not too hard. The confidence that I'm getting is really coming from the tires that I have. And you know, this bike has the clearance that it needs to have just to go on these light trails. The suspension spends good.
Kumusta ang comfortability ng riding position nito?
The upright stance of this bike makes it easier to handle off-road. I know that if any rocks fly up, I've got a guard there to protect me. The fly screen is very minimal, but you know, it's something that is more of an aesthetic rather than for purpose. But having no problems at all riding this. This is tall enough for this situation. This bike is a bit more upright than STR, so for longer rides you might appreciate the higher handlebars, which really affects how the bike handles. Really, it's not detrimental to the handling. It just handles in a way that would be for on and off-road. So the STR is definitely more focused, or is only for on-road.
Did the Seiemmezzo Scrambler catch your motorcycling taste? If you're looking for a dual-purpose retro style na kayang makipagsabayan on and off the road, Seiemmezzo Scrambler is one of the choices you could find in the market. Tune in for more dahil we will be reviewing its twin next, ang Seiemmezzo Street, only here in Manibela.